What's up guys, my name's Danny, aka Thriftfish, and I'm an online fashion reseller. I sell on Poshmark, eBay, and Mercari, and today I am here to talk about online sourcing. So with everything going on in the world and the need to social distance or stay inside and stay away from people and public spaces and public gatherings becomes greater and greater. I am trying to resolve to not go out and source anymore, so I am turning to online sourcing. I'm making this video because I am super new at it, and I always kind of said I would not really online source, or it wasn't something I wanted to tackle right now. I've tried it a couple times in the past and just never felt like I was getting a deal, or never felt like I could find the right things for the right price. So I just never really put a lot of time into it, but now I'm kind of forced to really focus my attention on it. And so I found in the last 2 days from, not liking online sourcing and kind of swearing it off to kind of really enjoying it. So I thought I'd make this video to just kind of be there right along with you. If you're just starting, trying to figure out how to online source, kind of show you a little bit of how I'm going about it now, what platforms I am sourcing on, what my resolutions are for the problem of not being able to go out and source by myself in a live environment. So, I always kind of said, oh, I like live thrifting more, I have more control. But because now I have enough time to actually sit and focus a lot of attention on scrolling through items on different platforms, I think that was part of it, is I just wasn't patient enough to sit there and really look. That wasn't what I wanted to spend my time doing, but now I have that time. So I can sit and I can scroll for a little while through these platforms to try to find the right things for me. And I have definitely, the title of this video is Teaching Myself to Online Source. I've definitely taken tips from a lot of resellers in the past who share their knowledge and things that have worked for them in the past. And again, I don't know if I just didn't put enough time into it, but kind of following those methods, I still wasn't really able, I just wasn't getting the results that I wanted, and was frustrated because I was seeing other people get deals and I wasn't getting them, so I just put it down. But now I'm kind of figuring out my own way to find these things. I don't know why it's working now. Maybe it's just because my mind's in the right place to be able to do it. But I was able to find some things, and I've placed a couple orders and plan to place some more in the future as long as social distancing is a thing. So I'm going to talk a little bit about where I've ordered from, what I'm doing, and what I'm not doing as well. So I'm not sourcing. I haven't sourced yet on... I don't want to say I haven't sourced on Poshmark because I did order a reseller bundle, a reseller box, but I don't think that quite counts because I wasn't curating or finding the items on my own. I don't know what I'm going to get. So I did source on Poshmark in that way, but I haven't been individually finding things. I've tried a couple times and I'm still not ready to source on Posh. Again, I haven't sourced on eBay or Mercari either. I am primarily sourcing right now on ThredUp, and I'm going to try and add the RealReal as well. I recommend, if you are going to try to source on these platforms, make sure you have an account, because the RealReal sends sometimes $30 credits to everybody who has an account. ThredUp has lots of sales going on all the time. Sometimes they have 50% off codes, and you'll get those codes in your email. So I have accounts with both platforms and have been trying to use whatever discounts I find coming in, and some of the things I have saved for later in case I do discounts roll in, because there's nothing really going on right now. So those are the two platforms I'm looking on. Like I said, additionally, I did order a reseller box on Poshmark. I'm also trying a wholesale secondhand option. I don't know how to pronounce the name of the store, but I'll pop up the name of it and the logo up. And it's probably gonna be over here as in oh no. Wait, I don't know. It's fine. It's gonna be somewhere. It's a 25 piece made for reseller box, and that is not gonna ship to me until another 1 to 2 weeks, which is fine because I do foresee, this going on for a little while. But I plan to make a video unboxing that, so stay tuned to see the results of that purchase. And then I've placed 2 ThredUp orders in the last 2 days, I think. So within 48 hours, I went from no online sourcing to full-on online sourcing. So with ThreadUp, I want to show you a little bit of what I did, and I'm going to have to set this up. I'll show you where I'm shopping from and how I'm shopping, and then I'll also jump over to the RealReal and kind of show you what I'm looking for there as well. Okay, so here is ThreadUp, and I did have credit. So I send consignment to ThreadUp Lux, so I did have a little bit of credit on file. I was planning to save it to use for a rescue box of their rescue box of shoes, but they're currently out of stock, and I thought that just ordering inventory was a better use of that credit at this time. Had they had the shoe box in stock, I probably would have ordered that, but I don't know when they're going to restock, and I wanted to get my orders in quickly, so I did use my credit to source for some clothing mostly. Okay guys, so I had recorded this earlier and it was fancy, you could see my face and the screen at the same time, but then I made a mistake and I deleted it all accidentally. So we're just going to look at the screen and you can hear my voice. So when I am searching on ThreadUp, and this is how I've made my last two purchases, I've used this outlet section. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that. Nope. And so this section is, it seems to be a lot of heavily marked down items. So if you buy 5 items or more, you get 20% off, 10 items or more, 30% off, and 20 items or more, 40% off. So I have been scrolling through this section because that to me seems like the best deal. But I am, because these are heavily marked down, I want to be looking for the most quality items, so I'm actually starting this section with sorting by price high to low. And besides some of these much higher prices in this first row, if you continue to scroll, you'll see that things automatically drop down to under $15. And as you keep scrolling, of course, the prices are only going to get lower. So you can see there are a couple things here that you might be able to find. I have found at least 15 items from this section, so it just does require a lot of scrolling to kind of get through all of this because there are over 520 pages of this. So one thing that I have been doing is narrowing that down by category and just taking a look at one category at a time, still sorting by price high to low, but just taking a look at each category individually. Once I've done that a couple days in a row, I will probably still want to check everything by newest first, because I'm imagining they're adding things probably daily to this section, so I want to stay up to date on what they're adding. And that's how I've been making purchases so far. So when I get to the checkout, I use this code. It takes off the percentage from however many items you have, and that's how that works. If you want to look at other options, another search that I've been doing is either going in the designer or premium sections and searching their sale items. So these are premium items that are currently on sale. And again, I do want to change the search or the sort by. In this one, I'm going to do price low to high. These are premium items. I want to be looking at the best deals for these high quality items, and then I'll search from there. Again, you can narrow it down by category. That's another way that I have been looking for items. When I do this, I kind of treat it like live thrifting, where doing a lot of scrolling is just kind of like looking through a lot of hangers. And when I find an item that I like, I just hit the heart, and that would be the equivalent of throwing it in my cart in the thrift. And when I'm ready to then sort through all my items and decide, whether or not they are good purchases, I'll go to the top, I'll click on my favorites, and then I can go through here and look at each individual listing, see the condition of the item, the fabric content, and some other items to, and then take that to Poshmark and look up comps for similar items to see if the amount that they're worth on ThreadUp is worth paying to then flip on Poshmark. So that's what I've been doing with ThreadUp. I'm doing a very similar process with the RealReal.
So when I go to the Real, I'll just go to their sale items. I'm just searching for women's, so women's all clothing, and this is their sale items. And I will sort over here by price low to high. And you can see things start off a little bit more expensive here. Again, they start at $15 and go up from there. But the Real is known for having a lot of luxury and higher end items, so you are paying for higher quality items, so you're paying up a little bit more. Again, it does take a lot of consideration of how these things sell on Poshmark, their styles, the brands, and you can do the same thing you did on ThredUp, just like the item with the little heart, and then you can review your likes in this section before making any purchases.
So that's kind of what I've been doing. Again, this is kind of a last minute, I'm doing this thing and I want to share it with everybody else. Another thing I'm going to try to do this week is put out an episode or put out a YouTube video every weekday because I have time. I'm around my house. I'm probably not going anywhere, and we all kind of need content to consume while we're all kind of homebound. So I hope you're staying safe and healthy. If you know more about online sourcing and you want to drop some tips in the comments, or if you're just starting out and you want to share your experiences, I'd love to read through those, so please go ahead and drop them in the comments. If you like this video, go ahead and hit the thumbs up, and if you like this content and want to see more from me as I'm putting out videos more this week, go ahead and click subscribe. I would really appreciate it. Thanks for being here, and I will see you again real soon.